Hoyoverse is pulling no punches when it comes to this next patch. We got content on content on content. And we got a couple of decisions we got to make. So let's talk about it. What's going on, YouTube? Legend here once again. This time at you again with some more Honkai Star Rail. And listen, that 2.3 live stream that we just got was jam-packed with content. 2.3 is looking like a wonderful time. We got Divergent Universe, we got Apocalyptic Shadow, and we got some good banners coming, right? But the thing when it comes to the banners, for a lot of us, that means we have a crucial decision to make. So I'm telling you guys right now, the first half of 2.3 with Firefly and Ruan Mei, most of us should be pulling. Now, when I say should be pulling, I mean in terms of making your account as good as possible, you know? I mean, when it comes to preference, you can pull whatever the hell you want. This game has some very powerful characters. A lot of them are just, you know, make all the difference on a lot of people's accounts. So there's no must pull. You can pull for wherever you want. So I want to get it out the way and send that message to you guys. If you truly want somebody else, then, you know, keep your eyes on the prize. But for those of you who are trying to figure out what to do in terms of making your account as strong as possible, make the smart decisions, well, you got a decision to make now. And that is deciding between Ruan Mei and Firefly. When it comes to Firefly, I've kind of been getting the message that Hoyoverse is really trying to sell this character. I don't know why. I do have my theory that maybe she might join the Express or something like that, or she's going to be a very prevalent character within the future, you know. But I feel like they're really trying to sell us this character, all right? Because if you stop and you really think about it, they didn't even hide the fact that, hey, you want to put Harmony MC with Firefly. They emphasize this within the live stream, and it's very apparent. They're not holding back with saying that, and they don't normally do that. Typically, they kind of like leave you high and dry when it comes to who you should put in a team comp with other characters. I mean, sometimes when they showcase a character in the live stream, they'll actually use a decent team a lot of the time, which kind of clues people in, but they never outright say it. But this time they did say it. They say, hey, they would be good with Harmony MC, you know? And on top of that, they're making it so we can get a Harmony MC early. So for the people who beat Bellabog, you got Harmony MC. You haven't beat Penacony yet? No problem. You haven't beat Low Fool yet? No problem. You have Harmony MC now. They're like basically saying, hey, here's her best teammate for free. Use it. I think that's a pretty strong implication right there, you know? And on top of that, they're running her next to Ruan Mei, who's her other strongest teammate. And I don't know, I feel like they're really spelling it out. And then they even announced that they're going to be giving, you know, they're going to be having an animated short and a Myriad Celestia for her too. So it's just, they're trying to sell it. They're trying to sell her. And that kind of makes me feel that they kind of gives me an extra nudge to make sure that I have her on my account, you know, because maybe they're going to be doing more stuff that's going to make her more powerful in the future, more relevant, so on and so forth, more content surrounded with her and her style of play, the break teams and such. But besides that, I do think that Firefly is going to be a fantastic pick for your account. A lot of people want her on the account for story, which, you know, I kind of do too. But in terms of power, she is going to be up there. She, as we already saw in the live stream, we already see what she can do, and it looked kind of ridiculous, you know, planting fire weakness and breaking shields on every single wave, being able to get her ult up so quickly. If you looked in the live stream, when she used her E, the energy was halfway full. She used her E, it filled up all the way. You know, she looks like a fantastic character. It looks like just even without Ruan Mei, she can take down shields quite a bit, and plant a weakness with just her skill, you know. So she does look like a fantastic character, but I argue that she is going to be one of the most free-to-play friendly characters in this game. I do think she's gonna be the most, when I say character, I mean free-to-play friendly DPSs in this game. And I think that for a number of reasons. I might not be able to tell all the reasons without kind of dipping into unofficial territory. But we do have some official information that's reason for me to say that too, you know. Now, contradictory to my statement when it comes to that, some people might be thinking, oh, well, you said that Ruan Mei, a limited character, is one of her best teammates. How can you say she's the most free-to-play friendly if you want a limited character with her? Well, let me tell you something here, all right? Well, most people should have Ruan Mei, right? Most people should be getting Ruan Mei if they don't have her. But that doesn't mean that a character is not free-to-play friendly, because most people should have this limited character, right? But if you look at everything else outside of that, everything else that she wants and really needs is essentially free. Granted, with Ruan Mei, she is going to be much better with, kind of similar to how Boot Hill really wants Ruan Mei. You can use Boot Hill without Ruan Mei, but, you know, and it does make a pretty big difference if you don't have her. But doesn't mean they're unusable now, because you still have their other best character with them, which is Harmony MC, who everybody has, who everybody is going to have. All you got to do is play a little bit of the story, you know, just play the first world, you know, and you got it. You got her second best teammate. That's completely free. That's easy to build. Listen, editing legend here. I don't know why I keep saying Boot Hill for free, but I'm talking about Gallagher. So I hope you guys picked up on that. And if you didn't, yeah, I'm talking about Gallagher. We can get a Boot Hill for free. We've gotten Boot Hill for free before, and I believe we're going to get another chance to get him again. He's going to be on banner on top of that, and he's going to be another one. He's going to be her best sustainer. That's fantastic. You don't have to spend a dime to take advantage of that. And then on top of that, when it comes to building characters, that plays a big role into what I believe a character being free to play friendly is, because when building characters, if you're somebody who is not grinding or refreshing, things like that, getting those perfect crit stats is going to take a long time. But when you have a character that's a break character, and typically break characters only care about break effect and speed, you know, and even if you throw another stat in there like maybe attack, you know, just to say that, you know, not having to worry about crit rate and crit damage is a huge advantage, and it makes the characters just easier to build. It really does, you know, because you're not looking for, you know, your crit body, you know, you're not looking for the perfect crit rate and the crit damage substats to both be on the same piece and so on and so forth, you know. You just say, oh, here's some speed, I'm going to put that on her. Here's some break if I'm going to put that. And it just alleviates a lot of the stress when it comes to building characters, right? So you have a character that's easy to build. Their teammates are very easily accessible, not including Ruan Mei, and a couple other things that maybe I can't touch on, but just know there's more reasons, and we'll see what those reasons are when we get there. And keep in mind, we do have a 4-star Litecoin that does give us a good amount of break effect, so that's always a good thing too to keep in mind of. When it comes to that, I mean, you know, we have reason to believe that when it comes to building her with more of the intricacies that characters need to be built, so we have reason to believe that there might even be light cones that are going to be easily accessible to put on her. But I mean, we're going to need more information when it comes to her numbers, things like that, her scalings, in order to really pinpoint what kind of light cone she's really going to want. But things are looking kind of bright, I would say. And yeah, I do think that she's going to be a great free-to-play friendly character that a lot of people want. But here's the thing. We also have a very high value option other than Firefly on that same time, on the same phase. That is Ruan Mei. And I'm telling you guys right now, straight off the bat, I'm not even going to hide it. If you do not have Ruan Mei and you're trying to think between Firefly and Ruan Mei, the smart decision is Ruan Mei. I'm not pulling any punches when I say that here. You want Ruan Mei on your account. You do, especially if you have interest in break meta, because Boot Hill wants her, Firefly wants her, any future break unit that comes out wants her, all break teams, dual DPS teams want her, some hyper carry teams want her. She is a hot commodity, and she's one of the most valuable characters you can have on your account. Now, typically when it comes to the strong overpowered harmony cast, I'd say having 2 out of 3 of them at least is a very good and safe way to go. So I will say that. But if you are looking towards a break route, even if you have the 2 out of 3 of them, I would still get Ruan Mei if you're looking to start investing into break units. Now, I know trying to get a character now, if you really want Firefly and getting Ruan Mei instead because you have to, or you feel that you have to, and waiting for reruns in this game is pretty tough because reruns usually come at very inopportune times. Exhibit A. If you want to make a smart decision, that is what it is to get Ruan Mei, right? I mean, to this day, she is the best support in the game. And yeah, even though situationally out times you can be outdone by the other 2 overpowered harmonies and their respective team comms, Sparkle with hyper carry, Robin with follow up, and then Robin and Ruan Mei are pretty neck and neck when it comes to dot teams, which is why I do think another dot harmony will be coming in the future to kind of beat those 2 out. But even in those situations, Ruan Mei is the most universal out of the 3 of them, right? Because in regular dual DPS comms, Ruan Mei wins out. When it comes to hyper carry comms, sometimes you just want her on the hyper carry team. She's the best. She's one of the best buffers you can have on there. Everybody does want to break enemies, and she increases that weakness break efficiency, and she extends it. So every character can do more damage when the weakness is broken. So that helps out everybody. The damage bonus that she gives, fantastic, helps out most. The res penetration, fantastic. She is just a fantastically designed unit, and just skipping her again would be outrageous. I'm just saying that because we're getting more and more characters, and it's going to take longer and longer for her rerun to come back. All right, so I just do want to just really put some emphasis on that, guys. She is one of the highest recommended characters that I would say in this game. I don't really know who I'd recommend higher than her. I think the only other character that I'd recommend almost as high is maybe Acheron. I'd still put Ruan Mei over Acheron because at the end of the day, Acheron's a DPS, and as long as you have strong DPSs, you don't need the strongest DPS. I would put Ruan Mei up there. I'd put Ruan Mei up there. So I'm putting heavy emphasis on that, you know. Now, I don't want to touch on when it comes to Jade and Argenti too much. I'd rather focus on them when their banner is closer, you know. But just for those people who are thinking, well, I'm kind of thinking about Jade and so on and so forth. Well, I'm telling you right now, when it comes to just the meta smart decision, you know, I do put Jade and Argenti on the lower priority. It is what it is, you know. Now, and that's for numerous reasons. Not because Jade is bad or I think she's going to be bad. I think she's going to be very strong. Because at the end of the day, Jade, based on what they've told us, right? Jade is an easy, I mean, obviously her to buff, Himiko buff, Argenti buff, Blade buff, Jingyuan buff. She is taking those characters and bringing them to the next level because she is working so harmoniously with them, especially Blade. If she's taking away HP, that means that every time, like if she does it every time a character acts, that means Blade can be somebody that gets 2 counts to his counterattack every single time he acts, which is big. He's going to be throwing out counterattacks left and right, and when he does that, it lets Jade attack more often. That sounds amazing, you know. That does sound amazing. So I will say that Jade does look like she does have some fun, wonderful synergies coming her way. But I mean, she focuses primarily on AoE, and there's nothing that we were told within her kit to really hint us that she does anything extra when it comes to single target damage to kind of, you know, help her out and MOC when we're dealing with bosses. So that leads me to believe that she's going to be heavily useful in pure fiction. And let's face it, guys, pure fiction isn't hard. Pure fiction isn't hard. We don't need that much help. You got Himiko, you got Herta. A lot of time you're good to go, you know. But if pure fiction does get harder, then she's going to be a good person. She's going to be a good character. Because I do think Jade is a future-proof character, right? Because we're always going to have characters that do AoE. We're always going to have characters that are going to want to go faster. Because in the live stream they said that she gives the character speed. So she's going to be similar to Topaz in that sense, where she's going to get better and better as time goes on. But I do find her unnecessary and pales greatly in comparison to the grand duo of Firefly and Ruan Mei. Then Argenti kind of has the same situation. He hits hard, he hits very hard, but he is primarily a pure fiction unit. And that's just unnecessary, you know, in my eyes. You know, that's kind of what I want to touch on when it comes to those guys. But as I was saying before, when it comes to who to choose between Firefly and Ruan Mei, if you don't have Ruan Mei, I'd pick Ruan Mei. If you don't have, but if you have Ruan Mei and you're thinking, oh, should I get her Eidolon? Should I get her Light Cone? I think Firefly is going to have the most value right after that, right? Instead of going after the Light Cones or Eidolons, right? And if you do happen to have, and just a little small tip, if you do happen to have Ruan Mei's Light Cone, you know what I think? I think that, like, I heard somebody say this before, a random person actually. I wish I could give them credit, but one tip I did want to give is that it would be better if you have Firefly's team, and you have Ruan Mei's Light Cone, it would be better to put Ruan Mei's Light Cone on a Harmony main character instead and give Ruan Mei Memories of the Past. That way Ruan Mei can get her ult faster and you can get all the benefits of her Light Cone still with Harmony MC, because Harmony MC is going to be able to burst more often, basically, and make better use of that Light Cone than Ruan Mei does, which is kind of awesome. So it'd be kind of a best of both worlds type of deal. So that'd be a good tip that I'd give you guys if you're going to use that team. You happen to have that Light Cone, but that's going to be for a niche amount of people because not everybody's going to have that Light Cone. So, all right, guys, there's a lot to say when it comes to what's going on in this next patch. All the end game modes, all the events, all the stuff that's coming, the story stuff, everything. But when it comes to picking who you're going to summon, you know, that's going to be a big decision for you in account. I wanted to try and make that as clear as I could for you guys, you know, and hopefully I did a good job at that. So let me know if that was helpful for you guys. Definitely leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. What are you planning on doing? Are you planning on getting Ruan Mei? You planning on getting Firefly? You planning on getting both? Planning on skipping? What's the plan of action here? So leave that down in the comments down below. Like the video if you do like the content that I do give you, and of course subscribe to the channel so you get more content like this. With that under here, let you know.